without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker for the afternoon. It's actually work on full time. This is a project that ChainSafe is unveiling for the first time. So this is very exciting since we are a consultancy and we work on many projects involving public infrastructure. It's my pleasure to introduce the first time that we are working on something different, which is creating an app for users outside of this space. And with a warm welcome, I'm going to bring on stage a project manager from ChainSafe Products, Colin Schwarz, and the Chief Product Officer at ChainSafe, Priom Chowdhury, and they are both leading the development on ChainSafe Files, which is an app that is bringing encrypted file storage at scale based on the Filecoin network. Let's see.
All right.
All right.
Me?
What up?
Hello, hello. Thanks, Cindy, for the intro. Great.
Awesome. Thanks again, Cindy, for that great intro. I'm going to kick it off now. All right, I hope everyone can see my screen. If you can't, please let me know, Cindy. All right, so ChainSafe Files. As Aidan mentioned during his amazing talk a few days ago, ChainSafe has been in the process of productizing a lot of the work that we've been doing over the past several years. And as Cindy pointed out, this is the first product that we have the pleasure of sharing a sneak peek with you today. So I really couldn't be more excited to be here.
Your screen turned off.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So ChainSafe Files, what is it? At a glance, it is encrypted, decentralized storage for everyone. And we're going to get into exactly what that looks like and how it works. But before we do, I'd like to introduce to you our incredible team. So as Cindy mentioned, the products team as well as the files team is headed up by Priom, co-founder of ChainSafe, as well as our chief product officer. The project is managed by myself, Colin Schwarz, and then the design efforts are headed up by Cindy, our head designer. And then we have two development teams, a front end and a back end team. Our front end tech lead is Mike, and our back end tech lead is Peter. And then our back end devs include Sadiq, Ajoy, and Arun, who is also our DevOps specialist. And in addition to Mike, our front end team is comprised of Ryan and Tanmoy. So I just want to give a huge shout out to this team. They've done incredible work to bring us to where we are today. And I sincerely look forward to working with them in the future to deliver more amazing features and products to you. So a quick look at what we're going to be talking about today. I'll start out by explaining the motivation behind ChainSafe Files, chatting a bit about the Web 2 file storage space and how it compares to Web 3. I'll then give some background on the current distributed file storage space and how ChainSafe fits into it. We're involved in more than one way. And then I'm going to hand you off to Priom. He'll be giving you an overview of the product itself. He's then going to chat about some of the features and the technology that underlies ChainSafe Files. And then what I'm most excited for is we're going to share with you a demo. This will be the first sneak peek that anyone outside of our organization has had of ChainSafe Files. So I'm really excited to share that with you today. Okay, so the beginning of this journey really starts with Web 2 cloud storage. Now, Web 2, I mean, there was a time not too long ago when digital file storage had to be done on your own machine. And obviously, this imposes some severe limitations. And so the concept of being able to store your data in the cloud on someone else's machine was really revolutionary when it came out. And it empowered a lot of businesses and individuals to do some incredible things. However, and unfortunately, like so many other aspects of the traditional web as we know it today, or what we like to call the Web 2, file storage was and still is very centralized, right? It's owned by just a few massive corporations. It exploits user data, just like all these other aspects of the Web 2 space. It constitutes a major invasion of user privacy, which is really, really bad. And obviously, it's insecure. And so we know we can do better at ChainSafe, and there's a lot of people in the space who think we can do better than this too. And so Web3 cloud storage, if done correctly, seeks to solve all of these issues that I just pointed out. It's going to be distributed or decentralized. It will protect users' data rather than exploiting it. It will offer much better privacy, and as a result of all of this, it will be a lot more secure. So these are the central tenets to which we are aspiring with our product and with our further involvement in the distributed storage space. So now for just a quick run through of that space in particular and how ChainSafe fits into it. So one of the really amazing products that is out there currently and has been around for several years is the Interplanetary File System, IPFS. There was actually an incredible talk on this by Molly just a few days ago here at the conference. So if you did not have the pleasure of seeing that live, I encourage you to go check it out. It's going to be on our YouTube, accessible via Twitter. So IPFS is a free service, and it provides file storage that is distributed and secure for anyone who would like to use it. However, there is no incentive for the storage providers. So anyone who's providing storage on this network has to do so out of the kindness of their own heart. And while there are a tremendous number of people who are doing this every day and are still doing this, the lack of incentives does impose some sort of scalability limitations. So this is where Filecoin comes in. Obviously, Filecoin has been a lot in the news lately. They launched just recently. It's a very exciting time for that ecosystem. And what Filecoin does is it incentivizes distributed storage, and it leverages blockchain technology to do so. So users can pay with the Filecoin token Phil for their storage needs, and storage providers are incentivized with that token to provide the storage. And this allows for a lot more scalability, and users can know that their data is going to be safe for years to come because they're paying for it, and these people have monetary incentives to provide that service. So we couldn't be prouder to be working on Forest, which is our very own implementation of the Filecoin blockchain written in Rust. Forest is a highly performant Filecoin node, and it increases the liveness and redundancy of the Filecoin network. You can check out our talk by Austin Abel, the tech lead of Forest. He gave an incredible talk here at the conference, and that will also be available on YouTube if you didn't get to see it live. And you can check out the code here on our GitHub. So ChainSafe is also involved in building secondary retrieval markets for the Filecoin network. And what these do is they reduce reliance on the storage miners, and they improve the network speed and reliability, and they allow the network to scale even further. So it's a really important part of this ecosystem. The work is still in progress, but there's a lot of code that's already been committed, so you can check it out on our GitHub here as well. And David gave an incredible presentation on this also earlier in the conference. So again, check that out if you haven't already. So yeah, we've been involved in the distributed storage ecosystem for quite some time now in a number of ways. And ChainSafe Files is the natural progression of this space. We see this product as sort of the final step to taking all of these incredible technologies that I've just discussed with all of these benefits of decentralization and privacy and delivering those in a way that is simple and user-friendly and ideal for everyday users. And this is something that's been talked about a lot at this conference, is that in order to achieve mass adoption, we really need to abstract away all of the complexities of these incredible technologies that we're building and deliver a clean and simple product to everyday users who are familiar with Web 2 applications, so that they don't have to learn all of these complexities, and so that anybody, literally anybody with a computer or a mobile device can access this without any overhead. So before I hand you off to Priom, who's going to really talk about the details of this stuff, I just want to point out and reiterate that this is simply the first of many ChainSafe products. We have a lot of exciting new features for ChainSafe files that are in the works, as well as other products that are related to other ecosystems in which we are involved. So it's going to be a very exciting upcoming year for us. Stay tuned on our Twitter and other social for announcements about this product and many more to come. All right, and with that, I'll bring on Priom to carry on.
Awesome. Thanks, Colin. It was a great presentation. I'll share my screen quickly. Screen's good. Cool. Awesome. Good morning or good evening, depending where you are. I'm Priom, and thanks, Colin, for for the great presentation. A quick intro. I'm going to start with a quick overview of ChainSafe files, how we have built it, and what is the motivation behind it, and what are some of the key features we have. First of all, ChainSafe files is built on top of distributed and decentralized storage, such as IPFS and Filecoin, which definitely gives the benefit of moving away from centralized cloud like big tech corporations. Second, we take privacy seriously, and we do the privacy as first approach. So every single files you have uploaded, you upload to a platform is encrypted by default, and your data is always private and secured. Nobody can see it, and we don't really sell your data like other companies do. We have also enabled Web3 login and crypto payment, and if you want to be more anonymous, you can use that, and no email is even required. So complete anonymous, complete privacy and security. We try to build ChainSafe files as intuitive as possible, just to mimic what are the existing products are there. If you're in Web 2, like traditional products, and it should be very easy to transition without having to know a lot about blockchain or anything about blockchain. Cool. Just a quick how the Web 3 and Web 2 kind of works. Traditional Web 2, you basically have a backend server. You connect to a centralized cloud storage provider, which is typically a top big three tech cloud providers, and where all your data is stored in one data center or a couple of data centers. Right, but with Web 3, you have IPFS and Filecoin, which is decentralized distributed storage system, which is span over all geolocations, and your data is stored distributed. So no central servers, no single point of failure, and no privacy issues. Cool. Just a quick overview of our tech stack using IPFS and Filecoin for storage, Ethereum for crypto payment, and Web3 login and Kubernetes for deployment. As you can see, very quick screenshot of our UI. We try to make it as easy and clean as possible to abstract all the complexities of blockchain, like Filecoin or anything. You don't have to know anything about blockchain to use this product. If you're coming from a traditional, existing cloud storage customer, it should be very easy to use. Cool. Quick tech breakdown. We have what encryption are we using? We're using a standard AES-256 end-to-end encryption by default. So the moment you enter our product, you start uploading files, all your files are encrypted end-to-end. So every single thing is encrypted. So we can't see your files, or your files can be shared as well. We are also continuously improving and adding more encryption methods and more for advanced use cases. So stay tuned. We're going to announce some cool features next year. With this, we have also built a virtual file system, basically from ground up to suit our needs. which is basically mimics like kind of a Unix API, how you interact with your traditional operating system and bringing up in the browser, like the common commands like a move, like copy, or like rm, like mkdir. This was heavily inspired by Ethereum Swarm and IPLD, which allowed us to take this approach and build like a really robust file system. Like I mentioned before, we're using decentralized storage solution. We are using IPFS for hot and caching storage, like for fast and quick retrieval. And we're using Filecoin for archiving, redundancy, and durability. And it's spanned like as it spanned across all over the world. And your data is secured, and you can have multiple redundancies as possible. And since it's an open market, so no vendor lock, it's really cheap storage. And yeah, and we've also managed to automate the Filecoin deal management. So there's a thing called Filecoin deals, which can get really complex. But for our users, you don't have to master Filecoin or any blockchain to use our product. We have automatically managed that under the hood, and everything is done automatically. So combining everything, all of this combines like data privacy, security, freedom, and reliability. Cool. I'm going to go through a quick demo produced by Cindy. So let's do a walkthrough of that.
Beta of ChainSafe files. When we were designing this app, we wanted to feel very friendly and familiar. No technical knowledge required. Don't need to know what pinning means. Might not even know that you're storing files on a decentralized peer-to-peer network. All right, let's get started. A couple ways to log in. I'm going to go with MetaMask. That's where I'm feeling. Now, let's say that I'm a production company and I care a lot about my intellectual property and I care a lot about privacy, but I also have a lot of data. Again, like 10 gigs a day, and I can't keep paying for other services. There's pretty easy to use 2 ways to upload. So you can click and browse files. I'm going to upload this note from my editor. Going to upload some dailies in my production schedule. Saw this contract come in. There's been some posters that my designers have been working on. All right, let's take a look to see that everything's right. Okay, and if I want to download it from preview, I can do that right there. Let's just check to see that everything's okay. Yep, the details are good. Download it. Right. Okay, let's take a look at the dailies, what we're dealing with today. Looks good. Now to get that done ASAP for this commercial we're on. This is the note from my editor. I'll get back to that later. Some contracts. Gonna have to fill this one out. Right. And of course, my production schedule. Okay, cool. So let's make a place for all of those things. Just gonna organize it out because I know it's going to get messy. Put in the notes, why not? All right, well, this is a first look at ChainSafe files. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Cindy, for putting up this like quick demo. Really great. Let's go next.
The beta of ChainSafe.
Sorry.
The beta of ChainSafe files. When we.
Cool. I'm happy to announce that ChainSafe files is going to be generally available for everyone next week. So please keep an eye out on Twitter. We'll launch an announcement like very soon. I hope you like the product. If you want to get in touch with me or Colin on ChainSafe, please reach out on Twitter. We are always available. And yeah, just want to say like we are also hiring Rust, Go, TypeScript, DevOps engineers. Feel free to apply and just send out to anyone you would like. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. I hope you like the presentation and you're enjoying the CSCON. Enjoy. Take questions if there's any.
Great job, guys. So we've got 2 questions here. our first question for you is, aside from privacy, what can ChainSafe files do potentially that existing solutions like Dropbox can't do?
Great question. So privacy has been our primary focus, and tapping into the open, more modern solutions like Filecoin is like, which gives you like a new open market, basically cutting edge technology. That would be our primary goal. We're trying to bring up more features and products. We'll just announce like, down the road. We have a good year ahead, like 2021. So please stay tuned for our announcements. So.
All right, great. So our next question is, will I be able to retrieve my files directly from the Filecoin network if ChainSafe Files goes down?
We are going to enable that options. That will be down the road. We are also going to announce another product in coming months, like early next year. So can't really tease anything about it too much about it. So please stay tuned for that.
All right, guys. So I guess we'll have to wait to find out what that is, although it is in the works. And thank you very much, guys. This is close to my heart, and hope everyone enjoys it and tests it out next week when we go live.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Cindy.